The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Mike 52, Mike 52. I'm scared.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And this one will be returned. To right around the 38-yard line.
Stay focused. Come on.
All right. I got you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
We got 4. We got 5.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsay with touchdown number 20 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They go play action. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Let's go. Zoo.
On third down, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
10-2 stop.
54 Mike. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On second down, it's Lenzen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey, Delta. Ready?
Throwing on first down is Locke. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Right there.
Throwing his lock on third down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player?
30 base.
How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsay, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, 382, lay 50.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They can't hang with us.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
34 is the mark.
Bravo.
Big stop, D.
To throw, Cousins. He's got his man. This is Jackson. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Danny.
Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Where's 52? What?
Hey, Charlie.
52's the mic.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna...
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Wide.
52's the mic.
Hey, Haywood.
Check.
3rd and long for Cousins. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? but instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
First down, Denver.
Come on, set, 8, read.
54. All day, all day.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
Hey, box drop. Big grip.
Now on second and 13, Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Mike 55. Hey, they're scared.
On third and long, it's Locke. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph able to record his 5th sack of the season. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Back deep is Marcus Sherrills. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work?
And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And his guys are going to take over at the 39. Yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Slam. 80 weapon. Get it.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Whip. Hey, seam 6. Hard.
Here's Locke to throw. He's got his tight end Fant fighting ahead at the 15. A gain of 22.
Here we go.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
Let's go, D.
Tighten up. Chopper. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsey, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
On. You can't give the guy a skirt steak
That's
his
true.
first 3
Filet,
times.
filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mannion. It's hauled in by Doxson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mannion, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Watch Mike. I got one.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right?
Throwing is Mannion. He completes it to Abdullah. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Down. 10-2 stop.
Here we go, D.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
You draw Corker.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Well, the Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. Locked to throw for it on fourth. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go, hey. Go Mike 34, Mike 34.
Get him. Hey, Zoo. Let's go now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's complete. Abdullah. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep on.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Woo! Let's get it.
Hey, Delta.
2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
30 towards the mic. Hey, I'm coming. Let's go, hey.
He'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Josh Doctson. Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Mike 52. Coming to you. New Mike 52.
They'll look to throw here.
Here we go.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the run.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check 50. Check 50.
Coaching spill.
He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Get.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions, but Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd and 9, Lock. And that's complete to Sanders. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw it is Lock. Wright's got it. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
61, matchbox lights. Snap.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
General West.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Shoot.
From the 22, Lock. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd and 4. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
64, weak.
Get that ball. Kill.
Hey, Haywood.
Into the red zone, it's Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 16 yards, a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Ready. 18 Gator. Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Hey, team 6.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch 54. Rip right.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Denver.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Ready?
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Let's go! Interception, baby, all day!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Mario Addison in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Mannion. He's got his man. This is Dodson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Let's bring it!
Here's Mannion. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Mannion. It's hauled in by Dodson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Abdullah. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
High 7.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You can't block me. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch twist.
Rock it. Say go.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
6-6. Pull it high.
Don't get nervous.
Check 52. Check 3. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah,